do is just move it so I can see Twitch chat.
Sure. I'm not watching the stream at the moment, so you'll have to tell me when we're apparently live.
We're on right now. I can see myself.
Wow. Look at us, we're live.
Wow. Hello, internet. It's very exciting. Oh, hi, Finbar.
What is happening? Are there already comments about me marking things as red?
No, it's literally just the comment, oh, hi, Finbar. And I think that's like the 4th time I've seen that today.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Finbar. Hello.
Right. I need to go back to this.
If you hover over me, I think it should.
Oh, if I do that? Hey! We're here. Now I can open a Firefox thing and do something else.
Wow, get you.
Hooray.
But first you get to look confused at a screen for a bit.
Yes. Welcome everyone. This is gonna be interesting.
Interesting is a strong word. If by interesting you mean an experience, then yes.
This is our very well planned, highly thought out talk show.
Yeah.
If you want to call it a talk show.
There should be like an intro and stuff. Hang on. I've got a piece of paper here. We can do this properly. I'm just going to I want to see what this drawing is, and then we can start whatever it is that we're going to be doing. I'm taking my sweet time to render, apparently.
Hey.
There we go. I did it. Welcome to the talk show.
We're talking about things. Wait, I can do... Cool. Oh, no. Full screen. That's better. If that's capturing. That is not capturing.
Oh,
give me a second.
Yeah, it's got player popped out.
Give me a second. That. There we go. It'll take a couple of seconds. It'll be updated, and now we're properly full screen.
Wow.
So now we're really rolling. Right. So we were supposed to be doing a talk show thing. We didn't really plan anything.
No, we were both a bit busy.
Well, Finbar was busy. I was lazy. But that's fine. I have a notebook that I can flick through and pretend that I've written notes in.
Oh, cool! I've got some piece of paper down here as well. Amazing.
And sorry about the chair. My chair's terrible.
Seems like
we can talk about things. I think we had one good idea, but I think first thing we should probably just talk about is what we've been up to lately.
Yeah.
So, because obviously between this and not being busy with university or anything right now, we've been doing a lot of relaxation.
Yeah.
I'm sure lots of other people have been doing the same sort of thing. So I think what we talked about before was just doing like a things what we like discussion. So I don't know if you have more ideas on how the format's going to go, but if not, I could suggest some ideas.
Go for it. My ideas were we talk about things.
Yeah.
Which is obviously really useful.
So just as an outline for people, I think basically the format we're going to be following is kind of just talking about, movies we've watched recently, maybe games we've played, board games that we are particularly fond of, and maybe why we're fond of them. That sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure when, but I think Jacob's supposed to be joining us at some point.
If he wants to, yeah.
I'm not sure how Jacob works into this, because I was not aware that Jacob was going to be joining us.
I think it was floated for about 3.5 seconds, So
if you have any ideas what bits Jacob might be interested in doing with us, then we can leave those till later.
I have no idea. Let's just pick a topic, talk about it, and then if Jacob has opinions, he can state them later.
Right. And we're going to be keeping this really casual, really informal, hopefully paying close attention to chat, so that if anyone else wants to talk about things that they've done recently or seen recently, then why not have some recommendations. I'm looking through our messages, and I think the Monopoly point is actually probably quite a nice, fun way to start.
Oh no! Do we really have to talk about Monopoly? Really?
We're going to talk about Monopoly. It's going to be fun, and everyone's going to have a good time.
This is like our comments a few weeks ago, where we're just like, fine, you know what we're going to play on stream? Mrs. Monopoly, 1v1, no auctions or whatever.
I mean, I can buy Monopoly if you want. It's
no
£3 each or something. We can just download it and play Monopoly. Maybe not though. Maybe not. Hey. But no. So recently, like I mean, really recently, like half an hour ago, I made the bold claim that not all of Monopoly is bad. So I don't know, chat. What do you reckon? Am I right? Am I wrong? Because I think Monopoly has some good points.
So what do you think those good points are? Because I think that's what I'm curious to hear more than anything.
So I think you have to kind of, I don't know if it's a house rule technically, but I guess house rule it a bit.
So, sorry, your proposal to play Monopoly is to not play Monopoly?
Cheat and don't really play it. Just play something a little bit like it.
Okay, so what are your house rules? Like, this is the big question.
Yeah, so Jamie's come up in here, Mohike. Auctions. Auctions are the real thing in Monopoly. Miss Monopoly. We'll get to Miss Monopoly later.
Oh god, yeah, we'll talk about that later because it's a mess.
But no, I think auctions in Monopoly are a genuinely good thing. I mean, it's hard to do auctions badly, but I think that if you're playing with the right people in the right kind of circumstances, auctions only is quite a fun little thing.
Okay, so how does that work, essentially? Is that just somebody lands on a property, if it's not been bought, they immediately start the bidding?
So if you want to buy a thing, when you land on a space, you can choose to put it up for auction.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you can never just buy something outright. So you have...
okay, that's quite spicy.
So you have these interesting situations where you land on a property, but you're not sure if you can really afford to outpay everyone else. Mm-hmm. And you can choose just not to put it up for auction so that no one gets it.
And I guess then in that breath, you then consider the properties that people are most likely to land on, the ones which are 7 away from the start and whatever, and those are more valuable and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and besides stuff like that, the whole concept of just being able to withhold things from people. I think you need to play it with the right people, and you need to be in the mindset of don't just be entirely an ass. Which I guess is why the game is bad, because if everyone's just playing as an optimal player, then it's pretty bad. No one ever wins because everyone's just like, no, screw you. If I can't win, no one wins. But
yeah, although a quick question about that: how long does that still end up taking? An extremely long time.
So Jamie said quite quickly. The whole point of auctions is properties get brought up more quickly. Generally, the key is not to allow people to not buy property. Yeah, auctions are weird because they add more strategic depth, but Monopoly kind of resists it a bit. The greater strategic depth just gives you more options to slow people down and make the game longer and slower and more boring, which is not ideal, shall we say?
Yeah.
But I think if you're playing with the right people and you're all kind of aware of the fact that you don't want it to last 1,000 years and you don't want to just be assholes to each other, auctions only Monopoly is a fine thing.
Okay.
For what it does.
I can believe that. Do you think that putting a turn limit on it, or a turn limit, let's call it that, a turn limit like 30 turns each or whatever, would also help to speed it up? Because I'm aware that the current win condition, the main win condition of Monopoly is bankruptcy. Everyone down except you win. Haha. Congratulations.
That's interesting. Now we're into the realm of how do we make Monopoly better? This is a talk show point. This is a talk show point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think having a turn limit might make it better. Like, it almost makes it Mario Party, right? Is the thing at that point. Which I'm not sure actually makes it better.
I don't know, you may as well leverage it, put some stars at the end, it'll be grand.
Monopoly now has stars, and you just have to buy random properties.
Yeah, there's the star for the person who's walked around the most, the star for the person who's got the most hotels.
Fortune Street? What is Fortune Street?
Fortune Street's the Wii Monopoly-like kind of thing.
I have never heard of this before. This is amazing.
I've seen Game Grumps play it. That's the only reason I know it.
It was on PlayStation Vita.
Was it?
Apparently.
Sugar.
Exclusive to Japan prior to the Wii version. Very cool. Wow, isn't Wikipedia amazing? You can learn so many things. It started as a mini-game within a different video game.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
But it must have taken forever. Like, you would have spent so long playing the mini-game that you wouldn't have been able to play the game.
I don't know. It started as a mini-game within Dragon Warrior 3. The Seeds of Salvation. What a subtitle.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? And this is a bizarre, tiny diversion.
We're doing a deep cut right now.
Yeah, a quick diversion. I'll be quick. A game that I heard of where what you have to do is somebody says the name of a game, or somebody says something that could feasibly be the title of a game, and then somebody gives that a subtitle, and then someone gives the previous person's subtitle a subtitle, and then if you ever create the name of an actual game, you lose.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if I were to say Dragon Quest, and then you were to say, I don't know, Mario Party, and then I was to say Superstar, and it turns out that Mario Party Superstar's a game, which I don't think it is, but whatever.
I don't know. I think it is. I'm going to look.
It probably is.
It feels like it might be a thing on 3DS.
I feel like it was probably a Japan-only game. Mario Party Superstar.
Oh, it is.
Really?
It is a thing.
Oh, sugar, I just lost it.
I think. It's an upcoming game. It says.
Wait, what?
But it also says it's the only game released on the Nintendo Switch, which is.
That's incorrect. I think I know which one that is.
I feel like this is a bad source, and maybe I can't trust it.
Maybe it was a dodgy translation.
Yeah. I think maybe it was the subtitle when Super Mario Party was being developed. I think it was Mario Party Superstar, and then they changed it.
Oh, there you go. But that's my diversion. That's all I had to say.
That was a fun diversion.
I like that game. I've never played. Oh, I think I've played it once, and it just didn't really work because everyone was remotely sensible.
Yeah. Well, I guess that makes some kind of sense.
Yeah. Because when you've got all of the words in the world to choose from, you can just make game subtitles which will never, ever work. Like,
I've just realised I don't have any of those things on, so I'm just going to add the outlines, the overlays and things.
Oh, cool. Hooray!
Hooray!
We're now Tabletop Radio as opposed to a Discord call.
I'm also just going to move the donations down so they're not on your face. Whoop.
Oh, that's kind of you.
Things are going to be a bit wobbly. But,
oh boy.
They'll get
Welcome
there.
To professionalism.
I just clicked on the wrong thing. We're good now. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything's good.
We've still got I think it's still Nathan on the latest donation, so hooray.
Yeah. So anyway, we talked about Monopoly. I don't know if there's anything more to say about Monopoly.
I mean, we said we would mention Miss Monopoly later, or Ms. Monopoly, or whatever.
Do we have to? Is there anything we can say that hasn't already been said?
So to summarize for people who do not know what it was a version of Monopoly that was meant to be like fighting the gender pay gap and that sort of thing by having lots of cards that say if you're a woman you get extra, which
they tried.
Technically a thing you can do. Technically, it doesn't help in the slightest.
They tried to be nice, but they went a little overboard with it.
It's incredibly patronising, yes.
Yeah.
That is the summary.
A little overboard is maybe me being a tad too generous to, let's be honest, a bit of a nasty multinational corporation, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
this
I want to
is the
be
company that
fairly
released-
chilled today. I don't want to be like really angry. So
Yeah, I mean, this is the company that released, what was it, the Socialism edition and the what was the other edition that they did? Millennials, Monopoly for Millennials. Now
Ooh.
that was what we're talking about.
there's some fun
Where
things.
you get your experience points.
I think. Oh, I remember reading about that actually. Like it's ridiculous. Like experience, but like what even is this? Because you're millennials and you'll never have any money. Here's experience
exactly
points. Like why?
Like the subtitle of the game, I think, was "You'll never have enough money to buy property" or something to that effect.
I'm gonna try and do something funky here and add an extra window capture
Oh, okay.
for Firefox, so that I can just Google stuff
yes,
and show it up on the
adulting is
screen.
hard. Oh god, I'd forgotten about adulting is hard. So it's
Give me a second, just
Firefox
hide
at
that.
the moment.
It's gonna disappear for a second, but I can.
Oh, it's gone
What was it? It's Monopoly
for millennials.
Millennial Edition,
I assume you're going for that
Yeah.
one and not the Socialism edition, which is also bad.
so that we can marvel at these things that we're uncovering together.
Hooray!
What do I do? There's a Zatu entry for it, or there's an Amazon
There's a
entry.
Zatu entry.
I mean, apparently Zatu have it, but
Cool.
I'll bring it up now.
Let's buy it for the society.
And actually, why not? I'll move it down to just below.
Oh, there he is! Look at him with
Below things.
his shiny glasses.
I mean, look at this abomination of
It's
a board game box. Forget real estate, you can't afford it anyway.
that's the one.
What a catchline. I want to see the reviews, because it's got really good reviews.
Wait, really? Oh no!
4.5 out of
Look at that
5.
board. Look at that board. It's.
I
Like
mean, and
rainbows.
it's
like,
on brand.
Disappointing.
It's on brand for today.
Hmm.
That's about all I can say. You're buying like karaoke clubs and vegan bistros and things.
I don't think you're buying. Oh no, you're not buying them. You're experiencing them. This is an important distinction.
Oh, okay. So we experience them with experience points and then get experience points back, or do we spend money and then earn experience points?
I think it's the latter. I think. Can't promise anything. Right, what are the reviews?
I've got to
like? Give me
translate
some-
this French Canadian review to English.
Oh boy.
This
How
one
many
is
stars, first
it's
of all?
1 star out of 5.
1 star. Okay, this is good.
Very good. They expected it to have the same style of play as classic Monopoly, but unfortunately it was very different. And money is not even used to win. Ugh. Big sad. Oh, I like the top one better. It's a great game if you just want to play it once. After the first gameplay, it's boring.
It's fine. I'm just really looking forward to the review later where it's like Gan's okay.
Millennials will enjoy this.
Will they?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, my friend.
Mm-mm.
I think you might be mistaken there.
Yes,
Oh,
I agree.
makes it much shorter. Depressingly
Oh, that's
realistic. 5 stars. Right.
Depressingly realistic 5 stars is not a sentence I expected to hear.
I want to
today.
see, is Miss Monopoly out yet? Is that even going to be on
I don't
Amazon?
know.
Because if that's on Amazon, that's going to be a fun thing to look up.
It's gonna be.
Oh, it
a
is.
mess.
It's £10.
Oh, God.
What?
£10?
I mean, it's cheap.
Ooh.
It's in it. Oh, it's a
like
foreign
really-
language one. It's a foreign language one.
Wait, which one? Oh, it's Italian.
I'm just going to go to the English one, so that hopefully we get more English reviews. And
Yeah, that's sensible.
4 points. This is better than Millennial Monopoly. You heard it here first.
What,
Chat.
Miss Monopoly is
Miss-
better than Millennial Monopoly.
Miss Monopoly is better than Millennial Monopoly.
According to
By
some Amazon reviews.
0.2 out of 5.
The question is, what are their Board Game Geek ratings?
Okay, all the reviews are just like sexist. This ain't it,
Wow.
Chief. Correct. Go home, Hasbro, you're drunk.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
BGG away. Do we reckon?
Yeah.
So I think what we should do is place bets, right?
Okay, okay.
We have a couple of topics, right? We have movies, we have music, we have board games. If we each pick a topic and we each guess a number, then whoever's closer to Miss Monopoly's ranking we can go with their topic first, and
Okay.
that'll be a decision made. So
I'm seeing the ones in chat, and I think they might be pessimistic, but I'm not sure. Like, I really don't know what it should be.
I'm just going to switch back to our videos temporarily so that I can look at chat, because yeah.
I'll check DMs. Give me a sec. Oh, hang on. I will check my DMs on my phone.
Oh, is Jacob about to join us? They stopped making it, John. I don't think they stopped making it. It's still on Amazon.
Jacob says I could be a guest now if you want. So,
sure.
What
we'll do is we'll do this, and then we'll invite Jacob on, and Jacob can be person 3. Or hey, maybe we could even talk about 2 things, and Jacob could tell us which one's better. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Oh, that's a good shout. All right, so back to ratings.
So I'm not talking about rankings. So,
this
like,
is the number out of 10, right?
No. The well, I guess we could do number out of 10. I was thinking ranking on the leaderboard. So like 5,000th best game or whatever. The overall ranking.
I have no clue where to even start with that, because I don't know how many games are there on Board Game Geek.
Okay, I mean I can find that for you. That's not too bad.
Yeah, give me that fact, and then I can chuck it in the bottom, like
over 1,000 pages. Oh, that's the problem. Lots of them just have no ranks.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, this is the problem from the quiz again.
Oof. It's not the problem from the quiz. The quiz had things specifically with no rankings. It did,
actually, yes.
But
do you think they beat the really nasty horse racing game?
Let's do score. We'll do score because that's easier to do. So that's the big number in the star. Big star number.
Out of 10, but most games score a maximum of 8.
Yes,
we're not talking about most games here. We're talking about Miss Monopoly.
Gloomhaven is apparently the best game ever, and it's got like an 8.5 or something.
Okay.
8.8. So between 1 and 8.8, effectively.
Is 1 the lowest? Can you not go?
Oh, I guess 0.
Although I'm not going to go below 1. 2. I'm just going to go for 2.
You're going for 2?
The number 2. Just 2.
I don't think it's going to be higher than 2. I think it's going to be lower than 2. Do
you think it's going to be lower?
I think it's going to be lower than 2.
Damn. All right.
So I'm going to find it now.
Sure. I'll say higher than 2 then, although...
Yeah, you effectively have higher than 2. Oh. Here is a thing that's just happened.
If it's lying on 2, I definitely win.
It is not on 2. It is lower than 2.
Oh no, it's 1.2. I mean, I kind of got it right.
You felt the 2, but you felt it in the wrong position. Yeah, a factor of 10 out.
It's your decision.
Right, it's my choice. But first, let's bring Jacob in, if you want to sort that out.
Jacob, if you just join live, you'll appear. That's it.
Oh, sorry, I'm infinitely cascading the stream down into itself. That's terrible.
What did you do?
I'm just gonna quickly dash off. So if you introduce Jacob, and I'll be back in literally half a second.
Yep, cool. Turn on your camera, Jacob.
Sure. Wait, give me a minute.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm just like, I believe. Yep, you're on. I can see you on the stream. You did it. You made it onto the thing. Welcome to Callum and my extremely well planned quiz show. Not quiz show, talk show. I'm very tired.
Brilliant. So what are we talking about next?
I don't know.
Because I mentioned this in chat. Miss Monopoly actually had some good ideas, funnily enough. Like, the things you bidded over being things that were invented by women, which is a cool idea. Like, that in itself.
Actually, that was nice. And the thing... There was one other good thing they did, in that they funded a bunch of women's inventions with the money. That was good.
Right, I am back, as you can probably see.
Hello.
Also, you have a magnificent beard, Callum.
Thank you. It's not that good. It's not. It's just me being lazy. I meant to trim it, but I got too busy today.
That's A-okay.
Yeah.
Nobody is judging you.
No, I figured I'd try some new things. I was gonna shave my hair all off, but again, ran out of time. That's a job for tomorrow now.
No, get you.
Yeah, I've gone buzz cut. Lockdown hairstyles. You know.
You see, the easy solution when you've got long hair is just tie it back.
Yeah, but I don't want long hair. I'd rather have no hair.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Like the lockdown hairstyles are very short. I have accepted my fate and tie it back.
Hobo hair.
Yeah. Yes.
That's this. This is hobo hair, and this is just like buzz cut.
Nailed it.
Right.
Oh god.
Welcome, Jacob.
You're picking a topic, right? Yeah. Hi.
I'm
here.
I don't know if you've been watching. I assume you have, and you heard our things. I think I want to talk movies. I think movies is a good start. Mainly because that's what I've mostly been doing since I finished exams. I've been watching a lot of movies.
No, go ahead.
No. What were you going to say, Jacob?
I was just going to say that my aunt and uncle recently got Netflix and they made me an account, so I can feel you on that movies front.
Because Netflix is a good thing.
Shit.
Netflix is a good thing.
Netflix is a good thing.
I don't think you need a talk show to tell you that.
No. I mean, I say Netflix is a good thing. I've been avoiding Netflix like the plague lately.
Why?
So, I've spoken to Finbob briefly about this, I think, in DMs. But I've been watching a lot of movies on my VR headset. I rediscovered the joy of movies in VR.
Okay,
so
that's interesting.
I don't know if anyone's... I mean, probably not many people have, because not many people have VR headsets. And I don't want this to become like an ad spot for Oculus. Although, you know, please give us money. We need money. Donate to the cause. Come on, Facebook. We know you have the money. But no. So in VR, you can just watch movies in a virtual cinema. So it's great. I can put on my headset, lay in bed, and just have a giant floating cinema screen in front of me. Yeah, Elvis. Quest is love, Quest is life.
Sounds like it would give me a headache real quick, not gonna lie.
So I'll try and... It's really great. Let me try and find a screenshot image online or something. I should have taken one ahead of time. That would have been smart. But I didn't want to show off too much. But yeah, so I've been legally acquiring a lot of movies lately. Because the Netflix VR app is just horrible. It's rubbish. Like, I can't get it to stream higher than a terrible, like, 480p resolution or something. And it's just awful. So I just pirate stuff off of Netflix, even though I have Netflix, so that I can watch it in VR.
Nice.
Because that's a big-brained thing to do.
Huge brain.
I've actually nearly done... It's not a film, but I'm nearly done with The Witcher.
Oh, The Witcher was good. I know we said movies, but I feel like we should talk about The Witcher now. The Witcher was good.
Fine. We can talk about The Witcher. I haven't seen that.
You've not seen The Witcher. So I want this to be a focus of stuff, like where we bring up stuff that people haven't seen, and we have to say, like, you need to see it. So, Finbar, you need to see The Witcher.
Okay, cool. Sell it to me. Give me those deeds.
I feel like Jacob's itching to Witcher stuff.
Like a pervert wizard in episode 1?
I'm going to let Jacob take it away, because I feel like Jacob wants to start, because Jacob mentioned it.
No. It's not. It's less I want to mention The Witcher. Like, I'm not going to sell The Witcher good because I have mixed feelings about it. All
oh,
ooh, go on.
Now we're getting spicy because I think it was just good.
Good.
I want these.
So it's good, but the pacing is like so off. Like there's because there's like it's got like the tri-narrative going on. One of the narratives is interesting. The other is like semi-interesting. One of them I just found really boring.
I don't know. I mean, maybe... I think for me, part of it is that I didn't really get into The Witcher until The Witcher 3. So a lot of it's all just new stuff to me. Or at least, like, fleshing out stuff that was previously kind of introductory cutscene level of hey, there's some people and they're doing a thing that happened 10 years ago. Go and do Witcher 3 stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So to me, I guess it had that aspect. I also never quite got over Henry Cavill being Geralt, because Henry Cavill is a great actor.
I think Henry Cavill is actually really good at Geralt.
It's just in my mind, I don't see Geralt. I just see Henry Cavill just running around doing shit.
No, to be fair, I'm also watching it with the Polish dub.
It's a Polish dub. It makes sense. It makes sense.
It's a Polish property.
It makes sense, but it's nice to hear that they still kind of did it, because I guess it would be quite easy to just not bother. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I get you. But yeah, no, they have a Polish dub, which is cool. The annoying thing is you have Polish dub and Polish subtitles, but the subtitles are they completely different to the dub. Like I said, completely different words. Like the meaning is the same, but the words are completely different. They're really grating. And I'm the kind of person that can't watch without subtitles because I miss every second word.
Yeah. I know the annoyance that you're talking about with subs that don't match the dub and things, because that's another thing I've been doing a lot of lately, but we'll get to that after we're done with movies, or we'll segue in something. Because I've sort of taken up anime as a thing. I know it's crazy. But we'll segue into that after movies.
Yes. That is spicy.
Because I think that has some spice.
President picking up anime.
So the thing is, I don't want to get into this now, but we're going to get into this now. However I try and slice it. We'll stick on movies for as long as we can, because the thing that got me back into watching movies more than anything else was Comp Socks, weekly movie night or whatever it is. I think Wednesdays, because they watched Your Name, I think a week or two ago now, and oh boy, oh Jacob, please, chat, no. What? Yeah, I see you typing in chat. I don't want you. Don't spread these rumors, these nasty, filthy lies.
Also, I'm telling Lloyd.
Oh no, I want to talk to Lloyd about things. I hope Lloyd's here because Lloyd will like some of the stuff that's coming up.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him to get on stream. Wait, I'll tell Lloyd to get on stream.
And I watched Your Name. I'd meant to watch it for a while. It had been on my things to watch for a while because I can't remember. It was either on Netflix or Amazon Prime or both at some point or another. And I'd had loads of people recommend it to me. And I watched it and oh boy, it's good. It's really good. Into the Spider-Verse used to be my favourite movie, but I'm not sure anymore. Good.
Them's big.
Yeah. But I do want to say a lot of its appeal for me was it was the first movie I watched in VR. And just watching a movie in 4K when you don't even have a 4K monitor is just like a big brained play beyond the scope of my belief. I was like, yeah, I could watch it on Netflix, or I could pirate it in 4K and then stream it from my PC to my VR headset. And that would be good. So yeah, that was a thing that happened. And I don't think you've watched it yet, have you, Finbar? But you should. You really should. It's very good. But I think the best thing about it was I wasn't expecting English songs.
Oh yes,
because
yes,
there's English songs, and I just want to emphasize how much it surprised me. Not that they were English songs, but that they kept the same rhythm to them. I don't know who translated them, but they did an amazing. I don't know how you even do that. Could you get an algorithm to do that? Do you reckon? Did they do it by hand or what? Because I'd imagine it's got to it's one thing to translate from one language to another, but it's another thing to translate from one language to another and keep the same tempo within a song. So I don't know. I feel like that's pretty amazing. John, it didn't change your mind. Oh, John, I feel like... I mean, I don't know. I don't think it changed my mind on anime so much as it just was a good movie. Like... So, and I want to use this to springboard into another thing that hopefully Finbar is going to say some words to me about. Because I missed the exec movie night. I can't remember when it was, the handover movie. And...
House Moving Castle.
Yeah, I missed it because I wasn't around. And I don't know if Finbar's still there. I don't think Finbar's there, which is a bit rough.
I think Finbar's camera froze.
Yeah, I think everything about Finbar's frozen. Yeah, they've completely disappeared off the face of the universe for the moment.
Oh no.
You're back.
Yeah, I typed in chat that my internet decided to be really cool to have a bad time. But I'm having a better time now.
Did you miss any of that?
I think you started discussing Carol and Tuesday, right?
No. I was talking about well, that's another thing, but we'll get into that. I was talking about Exec Handover, and I missed the movie.
Yeah,
because I was busy on the day, and I realized I've never watched a Ghibli film.
Have you not?
I've never watched a Ghibli. I've watched.
Oh boy!
Technically, I've watched one. Because I watched Red Turtle, which is like a collaborative thing, like a cooperative thing they did.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like not necessarily animated by Ghibli so much as just published by Ghibli.
I think Netflix has Ghibli movies, actually.
Netflix has almost all of them, but I don't care about finding them legit because I'd be watching them in VR. But I was wondering if you had... I want to watch them all. Don't get me wrong. I know they're good.
Okay.
But if you had to give me like an order, like maybe the top 2 or 3, like, what should I start with?
So I only seen 2. So my opinion isn't going to be very useful in this, but Princess Mononoke was fucking brilliant.
Oh, it was. It was really
okay.
Like
this is where I'm like,
no, possibly on the top of the list.
Yeah, it's amazing soundtrack.
Okay.
What's the other one you've seen, Jacob? Oh, House, I assume.
Yeah, House Moving Castle.
Because it's Exec Handover. What am I like? So, Princess Mononoke is amazing. House Moving Castle is amazing. With Spirited Away is good. I think I prefer Princess Mononoke, or whatever, which means I'm probably going to get attacked by some fans or the people who do the Oscars. One of the two. I'll get attacked by one of them.
No one cares about the Oscars, really. Like, they're just...
In which case...
They're just a thing that exists.
Well, regardless, I think Spirited Away is worse than Princess Mononoke and Howl's Moving Castle.
Ooh. I mean,
because
I haven't seen it. I don't know. I haven't seen any of them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What else? What else to go? Totoro. I really like Totoro. I think you have to be in the mood for watching it because it's in some ways more childish. And if you're in the mood for a slightly serious film,
childish is fine. Childish is fine with me right now.
But sometimes you're in an opinion. Like sometimes you're in a mood for watching something a bit more serious, and sometimes you're in a mood for hey, let's go from Totoro.
So what you're saying is sometimes you want to watch Totoro, and sometimes you want to watch Grave of the Fireflies or whatever.
So I half agree with that statement. Grave of the Fireflies is near the bottom of my list because I don't like sad movies that much.
I really want to watch it, but mainly because of the comparisons that have been made between it and another film I watched, which was I'm trying to remember, like This Corner of the World or something.
I've not heard of it.
It's about a family that lived just outside of Hiroshima when the bombs dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, very similar, I think, in tone. Obviously, without having seen Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah.
And I just want to compare the two, you know? I feel like, as a kind of study into, can you call it a genre? I don't know, the genre of historical Japanese World War II stuff.
The niche. It's a niche, let's be honest.
Of two films.
I'm bringing up the list of Ghibli films at this point to try and see what I've forgotten because I haven't mentioned a lot of them.
Oh, there's
Let's
so
go
many.
for
There's that one. There's that one about the guy who makes airplanes.
Porco Rosso. Yes, I like Porco
Pigs.
Rosso.
No, not that one.
Oh, no. I know which one you mean. You mean The Wind Rises, which is about specifically about the guy making airplanes. That's a really lovely film. It's also, I liked it a lot. But I also can't remember much about it. Like, if you told me to give you the plot of The Wind Rises, I would be like,
planes,
names,
wind,
zoom.
I don't
planes.
know. I think I'm just gonna have to play it by ear. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I feel like the conclusion we're coming to is there's no comprehensive list of like this is the order that you should watch.
I think
these ones are better than the other ones.
At the end of the day, they're all good.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should definitely watch Howl's Moving Castle, and you should definitely watch I've forgotten. After that, go and do what you want.
Do whatever you want. I don't care. It's not my problem. It's your problem.
Live your lives. It's your life. Like, this, when Marnie was there was okay. I liked it. I think I liked it a bit. I think the critics were a bit like, it's not very good.
So when
biased.
Marnie was there, I think is going to tie into something I want to mention after we're done with Ghibli. But I have one more Ghibli thing I want to speak about after you're done with this. Finish off whatever thought you were having.
Yeah, I think so I'm looking through this list, and the one film that pops out at me in particular as one that that hasn't really been mentioned much, but I really liked, was The Tale of Princess Kaguya, which
that
didn't
is
get much
new
mention.
to me. I've not heard of this.
It's bizarre.
I heard about that one.
It's kind of weird because it's very different style. It's very, very stylized in a very, very different way.
Okay, I mean that's cool to me. That sounds fine. That is not what I want. Internet. I was trying to find a different thing. I'm not bringing it up on stream. I just want to find it.
No, but like.
Oh, never mind. This isn't the one I'm thinking of. But oh yeah, this stylization is.
It's really different. And I like it
yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
I think it's got the style of old paintings at the time. I don't know much. My art qualifications are extremely limited.
Professional art.
Yesterday. Professional GCSE art.
We are arting good people.
Yeah, good at art. But
no, that looks cool.
Really like it.
That's a solid recommendation.
Like, it's different, and I think that in a way is a really strong thing.
I like stuff that looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks really pretty.
I can get over a lot of stuff for pretty things. Internet says 2 hours and 17 minutes. Long.
So it's
2 hours 17.
So looking through the list, I think it's the longest Ghibli film I can see on the list.
2 hours 17 is long enough for me to believe that.
Yeah.
That's a very long movie.
130. What's 130? Yeah, 137 is Tale of Princess Kaguya, which is that.
Very long.
So it's the longest Ghibli film, although not by much.
How long was Mononoke? So I thought that was like 2 hours.
I will have a look for you when I can find.
It probably is about 2 hours, but like 2.25 hours is.
Oh, Mononoke is very close. It's 133. So it's probably the second.
Yeah, couple minutes shorter.
Yeah.
No, but tangenting briefly. Well, I guess we're still on the subject of Ghibli, really. Yeah. Have you two seen the newest movie? That Benji. Yep, I'm game. I grew. Face hair grew off of me. That's what happened.
So what's the newest
movie, just in general, just in all movies?
Have you seen the newest Ghibli movie, like the one they just announced the other day or something? Because oh boy, it's not looking good.
Hang on.
So
I heard the one. Oh,
So to explain to chat and anyone else who hasn't heard this, Ghibli I think revealed just the other day that they're making a new movie, and it's their first fully CG one.
Yeah,
I think. And
I think that's right.
I don't know how to feel about how it looks.
So I will.
I'm looking at it right now.
You.
This ain't it, Chief. I
wonder.
Can we show the images on stream, because I would show like some of these images.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and bring it up because I just need to remember what it's called. I Am the Witch.
I can't remember what it's called. I think I saw like 2 tweets about it. I thought, and I know this is going to be the minority opinion. I thought it looks alright. I thought it looked perfect. I think it looked fun.
Nah. So here's the thing. I just don't think it looks nice. I think it just looks bad.
It's just been linked to in chat.
If chat's put a nice link, then
yeah, Benji's.
I can kind of leave it, but it just doesn't look right to me. It looks like not quite right Pixar, if you know what I mean. Or
yeah, it does have like uncanny valley feeling to it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh God!
It's
wait,
like a
I
tool.
haven't seen that. I didn't see that photo. Ooh, I didn't like that one because I thought I saw some nice ones.
I'm not convinced that they're going the right way with this.
So I think the headline photo of that is really bad.
I think these ones are bad.
I like the later ones are all right. I think the second last one.
Mm-hmm.
See, the one you're showing right now is like really terrible.
it's not good. It's not good.
It's okay.
Yeah, insane first
the
images.
The photo I saw, I thought was a lot better. If I can find it, like,
you can find it and send it to me, and then I can show it in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and
stream.
Find it now.
But for now, I'm just gonna leave it back to our faces.
Yeah. Because there was one where they're like, this one.
It looks like a Blender creation. Yeah, honestly, it looks like something someone made in Blender, very hastily.
I'll chuck it in Table Talk.
Sure. I don't know how I'll have to open it in browser and that one. Yeah, I think that's like the poster, but even that I don't like.
I think that's the best of them. I quite like it. I will admit that I've now seen the rest of the images. This
is the one that Finbar likes apparently. Chat. I think they're wrong, and I don't think anyone should like it. But that's the one they apparently like.
It has a certain charm to it.
I think it's got quite, I think I quite like the pose as well. I like the lighting on the main character.
I think the thing that I need to say is it might look better in motion, because some things really don't get justice done to them until you see them in motion. But
that is true.
Because the film it reminds me of, or it reminds me of the redo of Lupin the Third, which they're doing at the moment, and I think I'm trying to find an image, but I'm failing miserably. Lupin the Third CGI maybe.
Hard disagree.
I see what you're on about. I found this tiny little YouTube like thumbnail.
so Benji says hard disagree. It will only get worse when it moves.
I don't know. I've seen things that look atrocious in stills and much better in animations. Because you can cover up a world of kind of hurt and pain with some nice like motion effects.
So I've linked to Lupin the Third.
So this is what Finbar's talking about now with Lupin the Third.
I think this looks better.
I think it looks a lot better for sure.
Like a lot better. I also I've seen the 1-minute trailer of this. I really enjoyed it.
But I
went through the tunnel. It was so cool.
But my problem is I still don't like it, because to me it just feels like it's almost Illumination Studios levels of like, we're just making an animated like movie and putting in like a small amount of effort. I feel like a lot of the charm of Ghibli, and again this is coming from someone who hasn't really watched any of the stuff.
Sure.
But I've watched other movies that are similar. I feel like a lot of charm comes from having like a hand-drawn, like manual kind of aesthetic to things. Like it's what they do, and it makes them.
So I I think it's.
Yeah, honestly, Lone Gamer, you're right. They did, but they exist, and we can't ignore them.
So I think
what genre?
Animation, all of it.
All of it.
I think if you subtract the fact that Megamind Riot, amazing.
Megamind was good.
Was Megamind made by Illumination?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it's one of their only good things.
I was about to say that was a good one, right?
Production company.
Nah, DreamWorks. It was DreamWorks. Ignore me. It was DreamWorks.
We're fine.
They made Shrek. They can make good things.
I would probably still go and see Lupin in. Well, okay, cinemas is a lie because I don't go to the cinema that often. But
Animation's
I
not
would
as strong.
see it full stop. I would like to watch it. I mean, part of the reason of that is because I really enjoyed the Lupin the Third original animated one.
Okay.
And that's really good fun. Like that's a very fun movie. It's just, he does cool stuff and it's great.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. 10 out of 10. Very cool. It was called Castle of Cagliostro. That's the one. And that's probably why I end up watching the new one because I like the old one, and I think I think it will probably still be worth watching. Just it won't be the same.
Yeah, no, Illumination is making a Mario film. I remember now. That is a thing that they're doing.
Oh boy!
I'll try and find some screenshots, and then we'll try and move on.
What are they making?
They're making the next Mario movie. Although,
no, full stop.
I mean,
yeah.
I was going to try and find some screenshots, but there's
Speaking of DreamWorks, though,
nothing.
Chaotic Tim showed me the soundtrack, one of the songs from or one of the scenes from Prince of Egypt. Oh boy, that movie is pretty hardcore.
I think Prince of Egypt was a really good movie, though.
I don't think I've seen
it was.
Yeah.
It does seem really good. It's just since we were talking about
the chat agrees.
I mean, minus the fact that Prince of Egypt is not really accurate to history. Who cares? It's a movie. It's really good.
It's not accurate to life.
Lots of things aren't accurate to the real world. Shrek is not very real. That doesn't mean Shrek is not good.
Shrek is not very real, Callum, ex-president.
Yeah.
The Plague song is what I have as it was I was listening on repeat for a while. Really good song.
Fair enough. But yeah, I think one last thing on movies is just a quick mention of we'll use this to transition into TV and anime, I think.
Sure.
I watched Penguin Highway last night, and that was a really good movie, and I think you should watch it, Finbar, because I think you would like it.
What is Penguin Highway? Give me the deets.
So it's not a Ghibli movie, but it feels like it's got a similar vibe without, again, having specifically watched any of them. But I really don't want to say too much about it because it would spoil things. But I think if I wanted to interest you, it's about a dentist who has the power to turn cans of Coke into penguins.
Okay, I'll put it on my list.
And then you take that idea and you make it into Stranger Things. That's the pitch.
Is this on Netflix? Just to confirm.
I don't think it is. But then they made a new movie, which is why I watched it, which is on Netflix.
Okay.
But I haven't watched that one, so I don't know whether it's any good. I think it is, but I haven't watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Penguin Highway, people should watch. It's got physics in it. It's like a mystery thing.
Gravity or actual?
No, it's got quantum physics as a core theme.
Is it accurate quantum physics?
No, probably.
Speaking
You
of
want to be the expert between us. We both did quantum computing, and you played that quantum game once.
Professor Giarcio, John mentioned good villain songs, and that reminds me, they're making a live action adaptation of Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh,
And I swear to God, they could change everything. I don't care. They could change everything. Sorry.
Oh, no,
They
keep
can
going.
cross out half the songs. I don't give a shit. They better not fucking ruin Hellfire. And I'm sorry for saying that. They better not ruin Hellfire. I'll actually, personally, drive down to Disney Studios and like chain myself to the HQ and protest if they mess up Hellfire.
I feel like I've got to know what Hellfire is now, but I can't listen to it because Twitch will ban us. Because I'm going to be real, I have not heard it.
No, for a fact.
But I don't think it'll be good just because I don't like any of the Disney live action adaptations.
Yeah,
I think
I know they're bad, but let me have hope.
I think because of the specific reason I mentioned earlier with the whole like the 2D animation thing is why they're good. To me, I would never want to watch the new Lion King in a million years. Like I will not watch it unless someone forces me to. You'd have to like strap me to a chair, like Clockwork Orange style, to like force me to watch the new Lion King.
I'm not that bad. I'm not actively opposed to watching it. I just don't care.
But no, Hellfire is the like main villain song from Hunchback of Notre Dame, and it's really good. It also has a lot of like symbolism in it, for some really, really dark symbolism.
Oh, excellent! I like me some dark symbolism. oh, Anakin's review there of basically Lion King 2 is not Lion King. Lion King New is bad.
Yeah, like Anakin. I think. I mean, it's like 9.5 minutes longer than I got because I got about 30 seconds into the trailer.
Oh, John, but, you got auto modded. Oh, you're not allowed to say the word horny. Oh.
It's fine. You're allowed to say it.
The entire song is about please. It's but like.
It's aggressively mediocre.
Aggressively mediocre.
Oh yeah,
just like this talk show.
Do you want to talk about like the crap? Do you want to talk about? Do we want to talk about crappy direct-to-DVD sequels to Disney movies?
I don't know. Do we?
What have you got to say about them? Because I'm
there's
unaware.
So many. There are
really?
so many.
There are a lot. There are a lot.
Disney made like okay, Nate, like try to guess a movie that you don't think has a direct-to-DVD sequel. Just list like all the classic Disney movies.
Little Mermaid.
Oh, that definitely has a direct-to-DVD.
Oh god.
Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea, made in 2000, direct-to-video, has a 70% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh god.
Melody, the daughter of former mermaid Ariel and Prince Eric, embarks on an adventure after Ariel refuses to answer questions about a magic locket she finds in the sea. There you go. Little Mermaid had a sequel.
I've got it up on stream now. This is the list of things.
I'm waiting for the list to come up because I want to be. Oh god,
Disney sequels and spin-offs. Such amazing things as like Pocahontas 2 and The Lion King 2.
Isn't Pocahontas 2 the one where like she gets white-faced?
I have no idea, but
God.
I'm scared to click it now.
I'm pretty sure that's something that happened.
Oh, The Lion King 2 Simba's Pride? Now we're talking.
Yeah. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
Is there a second Mulan?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
there is a second
Mulan 2. Mulan 2 is right here.
God, there's Mulan 2.
There's also Tarzan 2, Lilo and Stitch 2, Bambi 2.
Okay, so are there any that genuinely don't?
Cinderella 2, Lady and the Tramp 2.
So what? Oh, there's like a Cinderella 3 as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, Cinderella 3. Cinderella 3, A Twist in Time.
Polish Saturday
Sorry,
like
did you say
TV.
Cinderella 3, A Twist in Time?
That's the official subtitle. I don't know why.
A Twist in Time.
They're going to celebrate their 1 year anniversary. Amazing.
Hooray.
Deep lore right here. Oh, I've got Penguin Highway pictures up because penguins. Look at this.
Go for it.
Look at
I wanna
this.
see penguins.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
okay.
This is a penguin. Like, this is a profile
like it.
picture. I should change my profile picture to just this penguin.
Yeah, no, I agree. That is an amazing profile picture.
Yeah, like, if you like stuff like this, you'll like the film because it's just very pretty and penguins.
Yeah, I've written it down on this scrap of paper I have next to me.
And until yesterday, I didn't know it had a dub, but it had an English dub.
Oh.
So,
by the way, there's also a Hunchback of Notre Dame too.
Oh, God.
There's something 2 of everything. 101 Dalmatians 2, yeah, sure.
Why
That's
didn't they call it
102
102 Exactly, what the fuck?
202 Dalmatians. 603 Dalmatians.
That's a lot of Dalmatians. That's a lot.
The Hunchbacking. No, it's and again, it's like another direct-to-DVD sequel where they give him like a clumsy girlfriend or something.
Oh, what? It's a different...
The Hunchbacks.
There's 101 Dalmatians, 102 Dalmatians, and 101 Dalmatians 2. Is that what's being said?
I'm still on the list,
yeah.
so I want to see it now. The Lion King 1.5 exists. Sorry, I need to show this.
Yeah, no, I've just found 101 Dalmatians 2 Patch's London Adventure.
The Lion King 1.5, sometimes titled as The Lion King 3.
Wait, what?
What is sometimes 3? That's a different number. That isn't not the same number.
So it's the third installment, but it's 1.5. Wait,
except when it's 3.
No. Read the plot. As Timon and Pumbaa watch the original film in a theater. What?
Amazing.
What?
This is amazing.
That took me a second. They're watching the original film in a cinema.
Yeah, and then they fast forward.
And then
It's deep lore. Deep lore.
This happened.
You don't know the half of it. You don't know the half.
Yes, I don't. You're correct there. I do not know the half of it.
90 minutes. 90 minutes of fun.
The pair arrive at Pride Rock during the presentation of Simba to the Pride Ranch animals. Wait, Pride Rock?
Yeah, the big rock.
Oh,
Big
because I was
Rock.
thinking Pride as in...
Because of the current stream.
No, it's not related in that sense.
Oh god.
Yeah, John, that's why. Yep, that basically seems correct. Disney are very money grubbing, and we should not be surprised by their tendencies to make things live action. But yeah,
what's better, Lion Pride or Gay Pride?
I feel like there's a trivial answer to this.
Yeah, I mean, lions are clearly better. No, I'm joking.
Fight me.
I feel like they can't be compared. They're not the same thing.
No,
They're saying which is better, 2 or A.
Why not
2 or A? I mean, I quite like the letter A. It's quite
that.
important, but the number 2 is also quite important.
A. We need a poll.
Okay,
Can we
cool.
set up a poll in chat? 2 versus A.
Is it slash? Like, is there an actual slash poll or something?
I have no idea.
By the way, are we gonna talk about video games?
Hey, we can do video games now if you want.
Because I started playing Okami.
Oh,
Ooh,
now we're talking
okay.
real shit.
It's really great.
It's so
I'm
good.
fucking stuck.
You're stuck.
I'm stuck.
How? Where?
Where
are you? I mean, I probably won't remember because I played it a long time ago. But
so you know the second area, like Agata Forest or something it's called?
Yeah, the forest. I remember the forest.
Yeah. How there's a bunch of corruption there and you can't go there because you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from there. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. I don't fucking understand.
I don't know, find the tree. Find the tree and draw a circle around it.
I don't know. Find a tree.
The thing is, there's no way to tell which trees you're supposed to draw over, which trees are just part of the fucking background scenery.
I can't remember. I played it a long. I need to see where you are. But
apart from that, great game. I like Japanese culture. Fucking amazing. They've got
everyone should play
nailed the
Okami.
presentation.
Akami is an amazing game.
Fucking great. But
it's another one I need to play.
It used to be my favorite game of all time, but then I discovered Persona.
Okay, yeah.
And things changed, but it's really good. It's still really good. I've bought it. I think I've only bought it twice, but I've owned it in lots of places.
Okay, look.
Because of legal acquisition methods.
I think Lloyd is in the stream.
So Lloyd can correct us on how Akami is actually like wrong or something.
No. So he can witness the fact that you're a weeb.
Okay, yeah, Lloyd, I'm a weeb, apparently.
His audio isn't working.
I confess. I confess.
Also, we should totally have Lloyd on as a guest for the anime segment.
I mean, we've only got a little. We finish at 11, right? Or are we finishing earlier for donations?
I think we finish at 11. I would have to consult the
that's
chart.
fair. That's fair.
But we'll have time. If Lloyd wants to come on, Lloyd is more than welcome. The more the merrier.
11, yeah.
Hi, Lloyd. Can admit to being a weeb.
Yep. VR did it to me.
So which anime did you get into? Like, what are you watching?
So here's the deal. I think I'm trying to think back now. It's either a year ago or 2 years ago. The first thing I watched was Violet Evergarden because I just got Netflix. It was like top of Netflix recommended or whatever. I was like, yeah, looks cool. My brother recommended it to me.
Because that was on Netflix, I think.
I don't know. I've not seen it. I will say that, but I have been spoiled on the end, so I'm not super inclined to watch it. If that makes sense. I think I got spoiled when you got spoiled, actually, Jacob.
Did I get spoiled?
Or someone was bitching about it in the common room, and they were like, "I can't believe they spoiled me on it," and then they spoiled me by moaning about the spoiler. But I didn't care back then because I wasn't interested in watching it. It was only like a couple years later. I was like, well, now I want to watch it, but I already know the end. So anyway, but yeah, I watched Violet Evergarden and I really liked that. But then I was like, okay, I'll watch some more stuff. I think I watched Angel Beats around about the time as well. But then I kind of stopped. I just didn't have time. I don't have time to do that when I was working at uni. But lockdown is an amazing thing. So I had more time. So what did I watch more recently? I mean, I watched Carol and Tuesday when that was coming out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because that's a thing. That has memes. People should watch that.
Wait, what are you talking about?
If you've watched Carol and Tuesday, then you know the memes that I'm on about.
Carol, I haven't.
Carol and Tuesday. It looks genuinely good.
Let me post a thing.
Should I admit which anime was my first? Because it is a little bit.
Go for it, Jacob. You need to fill some space. We need to fill some space while I'm looking for some things. So
fine.
Go for it.
The first anime that I watched and I unironically enjoyed it was I think it's called. Wait, I'll quickly check if I'm not saying it wrong. Let me check.
Let's use some time. I need to do some time while googling. Oh no, I need to Google. Everyone's googling.
It was Mirai Nikki. Which is the anime that has the original meme yandere girl in it. the pink haired one.
Sure.
Oh, hang on.
Mirai Nikki. It's basically kind of like Battle Royale.
Right.
And do you know what yandere is?
Yes, because memes. I'm aware of memes.
Yeah. Because Mirai Nikki is basically like it. I think it basically almost single-handedly like elevated that concept because one of the characters is just that, like 2 and 11.
I know memes.
But I unironically enjoyed it. Like it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. It was probably like a 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. But I liked it. I was entertained.
Yeah,
it's very anime. Yeah.
Lots of things are that's what put me off originally. But I've gotten a lot better at spotting stuff that I'm able to watch.
Elevate. I meant elevate in the sense that like it, it like I think like it memeified / popularized the concept. I might be wrong about this. I might be talking absolute shit, but I think like when most people people think of yanderes, they probably think of
Sure.
So yeah, that's my confession. I watched an objectively terrible anime and liked it.
I'm trying to think. I think I've watched one anime in my life.
So I've sent you the meme, Finbar, in Discord. It's in the Tabletop channel.
I will watch.
I can't watch it because it will go on stream, and this is not a thing we want going on stream.
You've got so this is a 10-hour song.
It's a 10-hour loop because it's a meme. So naturally you type it in, and that's the first thing that comes up.
That looks.
This.
I know. Of course you do.
This is.
That's a thing, but we're not going to talk about it because no one else can see it. So
that is like.
But it has. That's the sense of humor it's going for most of the time, ish. I mean, like they were on a singing competition. Basically, they were on Britain's Got Talent, basically.
Oh yeah,
and those are some of the people that went on it, and that was their act, and they just get immediately like shooed off stage, and just
I'm
the show just
looking
continues.
at all the reactions, like it's like as a like it's not a barbershop quartet because there's only 3 of them. As a barbershop trio song, it's perfectly all right, but the lyrics are
a thing.
The lyrics are very much a thing.
But it like that's where it starts at, and it's really nice in a lot of ways. But like that is what made me want to watch Cowboy Bebop because it's the same director or something.
So I'm going to show you something. Because guess who else got into anime or anime manga? My 12-year-old sister.
Very cool.
The 12-year-old sister. Oh,
yeah.
Boy.
And do you want to know what my mum said like she was watching?
What? Go on.
Fucking Danganronpa.
That's on my list of games to play. Legally acquired games.
My 12-year-old sister was apparently watching Danganronpa, and I was like,
yeah, maybe not for a 12-year-old.
Do you know what Danganronpa is about? And then I told her, she was like, "Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be watching that." So I went to Waterstones and I got her two mangas because my mum wants her to start reading them as opposed to watching anime. I got her One Punch Man, which is really good.
Sure.
One Punch Man would recommend, and to start because she's also watching My Hero Academia.
Okay, yeah,
and she really likes it.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things about that.
That's
namely in the context of it's better than Harry Potter.
See, like that's cool for me because that's like exactly the sort of thing I would never want to watch in anime.
Yeah,
like at all.
So I got her that, and also got her Noragami.
Okay,
I've never heard of that.
Noragami, I watch. It's really good. Like
I've heard of it,
but it's really good.
I've heard of it, but I cannot remember where from.
It's basically about like this hobo god who like sells divine intervention.
Oh yeah, no, I remember
divine intervention.
Yeah, because he's poor as fuck and he needs, he needs to live.
Makes sense.
So,
it makes sense.
I do have a question. Like, so is this god living in a capitalist society?
Capitalist pigs.
Lloyd, can you help us out?
Normally, gods are on their own, like they're doing their own thing up in the heavens or whatever. And they just sort of exist.
This is like an education right now. We're learning.
Why is capitalism suddenly turned up for a god?
Lloyd, is Noragami just gods living in a? I could probably explain better in words. Oh wait,
God's living in a capitalist society.
Lloyd said he'd like to come on stream to explain Noragami.
Bring Lloyd in. We're learning things.
What we have is he's not on this Discord.
Invite him.
So he doesn't want a camera, but he can come on quickly to explain.
If he hasn't got a camera on Discord, that's fine. He can come on. We need to learn. We need the knowledge. I'm learning things right now.
So do you want to invite Lloyd real quick, and he can explain origami to us? I'm sure Lloyd is going to have some wonderful insights.
Did I create a link that expires in a day or an hour? Because I had to create a link earlier for Jack. I'm just gonna hope that this link still works.
Bear with us while we do some technical stuff. I don't think anyone has done any donations lately that we can talk about, sadly.
But it is also like 11:30. Oh, 10:30. Even.
Yeah, I was gonna say 11:30. Oh no, we've overrun.
I mean, if we've overrun, it's not the end of the world. Right, where's Lloyd?
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about right now.
Lloyd.
We have beaten our £520 target though, so we do need that up.
Ooh, nice, very nice.
Lots of money.
Thank you everybody for donating.
That didn't copy the link correctly. That was annoying.
Okami is really good. I'm really enjoying
it. It is very good. I'm not sure if I regret buying it on my Switch because I haven't played it, but like, it's great.
Same. I have so many games on my Switch that I've barely played. I have Fire Emblem Three Houses. I've like not played that enough. I have Animal Crossing that I've barely touched.
I played Animal Crossing for 45 hours.
Just throw yourself on live, Lloyd.
Dive in. Join us.
Insights, sure. It's Lloyd.
There he is.
It is me. Hello.
Give us your knowledge.
Capitalism. Yay or nay?
Right. So, Noragami is... You could kind of see that it's in a capitalist society-ish, because you do need donations. The donations are...
okay.
Mandatory donations.
Donations okay, yeah, actually, that adds up a bit more. So wait, is the hobo god just very amenable to donations?
Yeah, so...
Wait, the fireworks might be me. Give me a second.
The gods all live in this weird palace thing. I can't remember what it's called. It's a Japanese cultural thing. But, yeah. They have to survive off belief. And belief is best garnered by donations and how well known they are. So you've got various gods such as Bishamonten, who's the god of war, the god of education, whose name escapes me, who's just weird. And then you've got the main character who doesn't really have a kind of following. And the story revolves around him trying to survive.
Yeah, because that's why he's poor, because he has no followers.
Yes.
Fake.
He's best friends with the god of poverty, but yeah.
Fake gods, am I right?
I guess that makes some sense.
It's a very good show.
Damn, I wanted to make some more jokes about it, but it actually makes sense. So I'm just gonna have to sit in silence.
Well, shit. Time to add it to the ever-growing pile of things I'm never going to finish.
Oh, the ever-growing pile. Are you on 144 series yet? And you're planning to watch?
No.
Lord, how many hours of anime have you watched? I think you told this to me before.
1 second. I'll look at my completed stats.
Where's my Python script?
It's in the thousands, I'm pretty sure.
Give us the number. We need the number.
In the thousands? Have I actually...
I think
it's whether or not I've played more Terraria or watched more anime. It's hard to tell. I've watched 52 days of anime in total.
That's only 50 days more than me. That's only...
When did you start?
I mean, I joined MAL in 2014. That's probably quite close to when I started.
Alright, so 2014, it's been 6 years, and you spend 52 days of those.
Yes, I've spent essentially... 1 day a week for a whole year?
That's 1,248 hours around?
Yeah, right. What is it? 52 times 24. Yeah, 1248. Yeah. And then if we do years, so we've said, 6 years, 365.25 days.
Quick maths.
24 hours. So we're 52,596 hours. And we divide by, what was the number? I've lost the original number.
The original number was 1248.
Divide by 1248. So, I should have divided this. No, I should have divided this. So,
Do
Just
good
invert
maths.
it, then.
Just do good
yeah, I'll
maths.
just invert it. So I'll do. It's roughly 1/42. So you've spent 1/42 of the last 6 years.
It's
watching
essentially half an hour every day.
Yeah.
A little bit over, but yeah, a little bit
Yeah,
more.
48, 24, yeah.
Oh
But-
man! So I've watched one episode a day for 6 years. Oh no!
I mean,
See, that
Well, I'm
doesn't
glad you
sound
could come
bad.
onto the show for us to shame you.
I'm gonna be honest. That's better than my last like 5 days, where it's like 10 episodes a day.
Yeah, 10 episodes a day is reasonable. I haven't really watched anything. I've been busy playing Terraria, but it's. I need to get back into it.
Do we want to talk about video games actually?
Sure. I want to make one last point while Lloyd is here,
Sure,
and then
sure,
we'll
sure.
do video games. Because I've been watching a lot over the past few days, and Finbar knows this because I watched Clannad over the past few days.
Oh,
And-
nice.
It killed me. I died.
That is the correct
I
response.
I had. So when was it? Was it Wednesday? I think it must have been Wednesday.
Yeah,
it was Wednesday.
because Thursday you went, I
Yeah.
should probably write my quiz round.
It was Wednesday. I was like, I'm going to write my quiz round. It's all good. I was on episode 14 of After Story. And yeah, I watched 2 episodes, and then the rest of the day was a depressed write-off. I
Good laugh, but I still am.
I didn't want to live anymore. But then I woke up fine on Thursday. So, all's well that ends well. But, yeah, so that was an experience. I think it's the best piece of media I have ever consumed, which is high praise. I know,
That is high praise.
but I don't think anything I ever watch in the future will stick with me as long as this will, because it hit me
You
in a lot of
should watch-
ways. But
Just one interruption. You should watch Kimi no Suizo no Kabutai, I think it is called, or to give it its English name, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. It's
That-
a really good film.
I have
and
that-
We should be showing it in Freshers Week.
I have that downloaded, so don't
So
worry,
good.
it's on my list.
It was a good. We watched it an all-nighter 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago.
It's particularly relevant because my pancreas is fucked. So,
Maybe you want to eat someone's pancreas then, Callum.
But yeah, so no, that was a thing. That was why my quiz round felt a little bit rushed. Because it was rushed. Because I was meant to spend 2 days working on it, and instead I spent less than 1. But I think we should probably move on. I think we should do video games. Let's do video games.
Cool,
Because
let's do video games.
we did some Okami, and thanks for coming on, Lloyd. You're free to go if you don't want to.
So I
Stick
looked up
around.
Clannad.
Have
and
you
the
not
first
watched
thing
it,
that
Jacob?
Came up was an Irish band that was
Yeah.
formed in the 90s.
Yeah, I think
yeah, that's called Clannad as well.
I think the
yeah.
name is based off it, but I don't know. I don't know. You should watch it. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. But you're gonna cry
I do
like
want to watch
a
it,
million. You're gonna cry so bad.
I don't want to deal with it right now.
Like it's ruined everything that's even remotely sad for me forever. Like
Wow.
I need like multiple like months to get over it. I think.
You're gonna watch Brave of the Fireflies tomorrow then?
No, no, just honestly no. But I don't think I don't know. I don't think that would affect me so much. Like I'm not too bad with stuff like that. It was. I can't say why it hit me so hard because it would spoil everything. But
Yeah.
Reasonable.
it hit like I think it's good because it hits a lot of general insecurities that I think a lot of men have. Like it hit a lot of things that I didn't know I was insecure about or worried about. Until I watched it. So I don't know. Whatever. Let's move on. Let's be happy. Let's talk about video games. Video games. Because Jacob's already
Enjoy the
mentioned
rest of the stream.
Okami. Yes, see you around, Lloyd. Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
Jacob already mentioned Okami, and I briefly touched on Persona, but I don't want to spend the rest of the stream talking about Persona. So I'm going to talk about Outer Wilds instead, because that just came out on Steam, and Outer Wilds is amazing. I don't.
Outer Worlds, is that?
So not Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds. They're different things.
Yeah, because Outer Worlds is the RPG. Outer Wilds is like the
Yeah. So Outer Wilds is amazing. I'm gonna type it in chat. But yeah,
not the 73rd band.
Could kind of be
So what is Outer Wilds about? Like, would you?
So Outer Wilds, if we've moved on from movies, but if you've seen Groundhog Day, Outer Wilds is Groundhog Day, but in space. So you wake up and you're on like a little Earth-like planet with the rest of your race, and you're the next generation of astronauts to come off of your planet. And there's only been like one before or something. I think there've been 4 astronauts before you, and you're like the 5th astronaut. And it's the day of your launch. So you launch, and you don't really have any particular goals. They're just like, go into space and do like a cool thing, and then radio back with some stuff. And you're like, okay, sure. You see a weird statue on your way out that like fires blue lasers into you or something. And then you also spot like a quantum rock that teleports around when you're not looking at it. So there's like 3 podiums that it sits on, and when you're not looking at it, it switches which podium it's on.
Yeah.
And then you take off. You like, for me, I went to the moon. I kind of milled around the moon for a bit and did like basically nothing. And then the sun explodes. And you wake up.
Not ideal.
And you wake up face up on the ground where you started. And go again. And it just keeps going. It just keeps looping. And every literally 20 minutes real time, the sun explodes and everything resets. And you've just got to...
20 minutes of real time, the sun explodes.
Yeah, and you've just got to solve whatever mystery is going on and figure out why you keep coming back and why the sun is exploding in the first place and things.
That's a pretty good question, yes.
But it's really good. Like,
have you figured out why the sun keeps exploding yet?
So I've played it. I've played it all the way through, and I'm not going to spoil it because So here's the thing. It depends if I can count Persona 5 as being a game that released in the last year. But it was definitely the best, like, new game I played last year. Without a shadow of a doubt. Amazing game. Because it's just such a good... Like, it gives you no direction. But you always know where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. And the quantum mechanics that it, like, uses as a game mechanic are really interesting. Because it starts off with just that, the rock teleporting around the place. But later on, it like entire planets disappear and reappear elsewhere if you're not looking at them. So like you need to kind of balance that. But I bring it up because I think it literally came out on Steam 2 days ago or something, and it's 33% off right now. So if you want to play it, now is the time.
It's tempting, but I can't afford to spend money.
But yeah, like, easily the best PC game I've played in, like, at least the last 3 years. Overall, like, top 5 games easy. Like, of all time. It was amazing. I'm glad as well, because it means I can actually buy it, because I didn't want to buy it on Epic Game Store, so I did have to steal it. Oh no. But I can buy it on Steam now, so it's fine.
Oh god. Your moral compass is bizarre
sometimes. I was gonna donate to the devs, but they don't have like a Humble store or anything, so I couldn't just give them money.
Oh, that's okay.
And I didn't want to give money to Epic, so I didn't have a choice. They said that it was coming out on Steam, so I was like, I'll just wait till it's out on Steam. But I wanted to play it there and then, so but yeah, it's amazing. I'll let someone else talk about games now, because I've talked too long. I feel like if Jacob's already done Okami, maybe Finbar has a a game.
Yeah, Finbar, go.
I'm trying to think what. So, obviously, I've been reviewing some of the itch games in the newsletter and online and that thing, but I think there's one that I haven't touched on yet, which is one that I think people have played. And I'm very late to the party, which is Overland.
That's one about like zombies and survival or something, right?
Kind of. I'm not sure if it's.
What did you say?
But it is survival.
Which
Overland,
one?
published by Finji. Overland.
There's like a dog. I seem to remember it being in a Switch trailer or something.
I haven't got the dog yet because that's just how things go. But it's a survival game about taking a road trip, and there's lots of scary, awful creatures.
Oh yes, it's creatures. I seem to remember it being zombies, but creatures. My brain just they're synonymous.
It's really cool. Like you choose where you're going based on how much fuel you have, and then you have to try and get the fuel out of the places. But the creatures are going to attack you, and it takes time to fill up your tank again. And then the creatures come closer, and if you're outside, then you make noise and the creatures come towards you. But if you keep people in the car and keep the car quiet, maybe they won't notice you. It's great. And then sometimes they just kill people and you quickly drive off because you're like, oh no, I need this fuel and I need also for my friends to not die, but they're going to die. So I'm just going to leave them. Bye.
I need this fuel and I need it now.
It was in the itch bundle, so if you bought that, you can play it. It's really good.
And sadly, we've just missed the end of it, so we can't really say to people, buy the itch bundle now. But
if you did, it's really good.
Or if you haven't,
I'm not very good at it. In fact, some would say that I'm actively bad at it. But
if you have a unscrupulous friend who has bought it, then they might be able to share you. But
yes, exactly, because it's DRM free.
Maybe don't do that. Depends on your morals and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's be real. I'm not the person who should be advising people on how to pirate things. I'm a little bit trigger happy there.
But yeah, I think that's I still really like Blood Glitched, and I still really like all the other games I'm playing, but I'm pretty sure I've been open about that before. So Overland, it's good. You should play it.
Yeah, no, that's why we shouldn't recommend people to do things like that. But
yeah, it's technically against the rules we put on Discord. So,
but it's fine. Shh, we don't need to speak any more of this.
Yes, it's good. You should play it.
What other
Even
things
if
can we
you
talk
play
about?
one game of it and be like, "Oh, this is really smart."
Yeah, oh no, we can't even say that. I was gonna say go to a friend's house and try it out, but sad times.
Ask a friend to stream it on Twitch,
and then you can do the key prompts in chat, and then they can press the keys.
So
on their end.
So it's Twitch plays Overland,
but with only one person.
Yes.
And with like a 20-second delay. So
yes.
Yeah, stream it over Discord and Ratatouille it. That's basically the gist there.
That's
basically
fine.
the gist.
That's legal.
Highly
I'm a
legal.
bit tired up. I'm going to bow for now. That's okay.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, we're almost at the end anyway, so
Yeah, we've got 20
go for
minutes
it.
to make content.
20 minutes for more content. See you around, Jacob.
I'm not sure why I saluted at you, but to see you around. Cool. Well, I say cool, but not as if it's not like cool. He's gone. It's just cool. We should continue.
I don't know what to talk about now. We could do games. We could continue with games.
Yeah. I don't know what much.
Yeah, I don't know what else I would say about games. People should buy Persona 4 because it's on Steam now. Do it.
Yes. That is a good point.
It's I need to find the amount of money that it made because oh boy, there's a lot of articles about it right now. Because it made an absolute shit ton of money. Like insane amounts of money.
Because this is Persona R4 Gold.
This is Persona 4 Golden, and it's like I think it's a 2008 game for PS2. Yeah, 2008 PS2 game that was then re-released in 2012.
Yeah.
On exclusively the PlayStation Vita. everyone's favourite handheld console.
Vita.
And
Vita.
And definitely not just the console that I bought maybe a couple weeks ago. Just exclusively to play Persona 4 Golden. I was like...
Oh, you first.
I was like, Persona 4 Golden is great. And I love it so much, I'm going to buy a second PS Vita so that when I'm away from home, I can still play it. And then, less than a month later, they announced Persona 4 Golden is on Steam. So, that was £100 that I didn't need to spend.
Oh, boy.
But that's fine, because my PS Vita is still good. I'll still use it for other things. But people should buy Persona 4 Golden. I need to find the amount of money it made, because it's just a port. Like, I mean, it's a 2012 game. They didn't really need to worry about performance. I think they literally just upscaled it, like in a default upscaler to 1080p, and just put it on PC. More or less with like no change. But I think it's broken records for like sales or something. I think it beat Final Fantasy 15 in so like 2 days.
And then made it. They made the game physically big, and then they made it big.
Yeah, sure. Nice wordplay.
I didn't even intend it. I was just like, they made it big. Wait,
it's big.
A word. Whoa, big.
Money made. I mean, like they made like 7 million or something nuts off of it. I can't find any news articles on it for some reason. But it was all over the place.
There's some good stuff in the chat.
Yeah, let's switch to chat. Start reading stuff out.
So,
Invisimals.
We'll talk about the Califinx's message in a bit. The first thing I want to bring up is discussion of Invisimals. Did you ever play this?
I had a PSP. I wanted Invisimals, but I didn't get it. But I remember it.
I've never heard of this before.
I'll bring up some things. I can't believe... I mean, I guess... Did you ever have a PSP?
I never had a PSP.
That would be why.
Yes.
There was a PS Vita version. I didn't know that. And I had a PS Vita. Let me bring up Firefox. This is Invisimals. Yeah. Welcome to Invisimals. Look at that box right there. Amazing.
I'm just waiting. Oh.
And you needed the amazingly legendary PSP camera.
That is album artwork. That.
And I've got to this is an Amazon link. So the Amazon link probably has screenshots. It has a video. Can we play the video? Are we going to get banned by Twitch? I'm not going to play the video in case.
No, probably don't worry about it.
But it had this camera that you could plug into the top of your PSP.
Very fancy.
Which was like, wow, amazing.
And now you too can look at Invisimals. Oh, because they're invisible.
And it did like AR
I get it.
Pokemon-y things. Yeah, look, that's like some promo art and things.
But are they better than what's it called? Squirges?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're on about. Oh, you're on about Hypnospace things.
Squeeges?
Squirters?
No,
it wasn't that.
That sounds real. Squishers. Thank you, Anakin.
Squishers. Let me. I will just do it here. Squishers.
Oh, Squishers. They're so good.
It's with a Z, isn't it?
Yeah, it's with a Z. Yeah. Of course it's with a Z. It's for teenagers.
Yeah. Squishers. Hypnospace is a game. Gnarly doodles.
Actually, yeah, they are really cool. Squishers. They're so much fun, etc.
Let me switch off Firefox for a second so I can go back to chat. But yeah, Squishers are really cool.
Once we get,
yeah, PS Vita has an Uncharted game that was indeed decent. Califinx, I played it. It was okay. So like our thing was we bought a PS Vita when it was pretty new because they went down in price really quick, and we had PlayStation Plus anyway. So we had maybe like 25 games the day we bought it, even though we didn't buy any games because we just had all these free ones that we'd accumulated over the years.
Nice.
So it's like at the time it was a good purchase, but it does feel a bit rough that I bought a second PS Vita just to have my own, and then the game I bought it for was null and void. Big sad. But hey, I got to play Catherine full body on it, which is another game people should play. Catherine is really good.
I'm intrigued by Catherine. Catherine is
Anakin, were you brought out by squishes?
I mean, they are really cool and they are so much fun. So if Anakin was brought out, so was I.
Everyone's been brought out by squishes. You just don't realise it yet. But yeah, someone, what was it? Mohike said OG PSP is better. No, you're just wrong. PS Vita is better, like by far. For all of the bad stuff that everyone says about the PS Vita and the fact that it flopped immensely as a console, it's actually really good. Like, it's a fantastic console that was just destroyed by a series of terrible decisions.
Yeah, it seems really cool. I think I got to try it once, and the whole back thing, the tapping thing at the back's quite cool. And
tapping at the back's rubbish, but like, I appreciate your opinions.
Okay, I think there was
it's a cool gimmick, but that's all it is.
There was one game that did it really well, and it was the medium one, Tearaway.
Oh, Tearaway, yeah.
Tearaway did it quite well.
Yeah. I haven't played Tearaway.
Nobody else really did anything well, because what do you do with tapping at the back? You can't tap UI elements.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, but as a console, it's really good. It has one of the best screens on any like handheld thing I've ever seen. And like, it didn't have mini games, but it had enough. It almost had enough. If it had had a few more and the price was a bit lower, and they'd continued supporting it, it would have been much better. But instead, they just kind of didn't make enough games and priced it too much, and then no one bought it, so they stopped making games. And then, because they stopped making games, fewer people bought it.
It was a spiral downwards.
Like, Helltaker is a thing. I have not played it.
So, I haven't played it, but I've watched a playthrough, because I did.
My opinion is that it is naughty and bad, and we shouldn't play games like that. No, I'm just messing around. It looks fine. It looks like a puzzle game.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest. I agree with Jacob. For reference, one of the characters in tomorrow's one-shot Monsters of Cruise Ship, when I gave Ares the like mood board of the sort of like design ideas for that character, Monica, it had a Helltaker screenshot on it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I haven't played it. It's free, so I probably should, but like, I've got too much else to play. I've got too much.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be tempted to play it. I think there's one like slight annoyance. Yeah, Cerberus is very cute. I think I don't like the fact that you spend all this time solving a puzzle, and then at the end, if you make a wrong dialogue decision, you're just killed. You have to start the puzzle again. That seems just mildly irritating more than beneficial. But also, I guess it's thematic.
That reminds me of, like, I mean, it's not entirely the same as Catherine, but like, Catherine has a lot of annoying things like that in it. All it would take is one tiny little mistake in a puzzle, and you just like restart.
Yeah.
Even though you kind of know what you're doing. Playing the newer version, it was better because it had a lot of more safety net things. But I hate stuff like that in puzzle games, where you like, let's be real, Bubba Is You is like peak puzzle game, right?
Oh yeah.
Because
absolutely.
You can just do a thing and you go, oh, that was stupid, and you just press an undo button and like, you're fine.
Yeah.
And like, that spoiled me on other games since, because
yeah, but I think it's reasonable for it to do that, because otherwise you are like, your solution to a Bubba Is You puzzle is like a good number of moves. Let's just say 15. I know it's more or less than that, but you have this 15. You have this sequence of 15 actions that you have to do, and you do them, and you win. Good job.
Sure.
If you're then forcing people to memorize those 15 actions, because on action 14, if you do something slightly wrong, it's not really logical. You just get battered to the start. Not great.
That's why I'm saying, like, it's made other puzzle games worse for me.
Yeah.
Even though they're the same as they always were, they feel worse because Bubba did it so much better.
Yeah, definitely.
That everything else seems worse.
Yeah. Like those sort of pure puzzle games, I'm hesitant to call them. I guess that's the real benefit when you're doing something like an adventure puzzle game. That seems a bit weird. When you're doing a puzzle game that's also got some real time elements, I guess it gets a bit.
Yeah, that is. I mean, there's still ways around it. Like, Catherine has an undo button. It's just not very good as an undo button. If that makes sense. Like, you can undo stuff, but only if you haven't died. If you die, you can't undo the move that made you die. Which is annoying because they're like normally the only moves you want to undo.
Yeah. You just died. You don't want to die. Oh, okay.
But it does mean that if you like accidentally make the level impossible to complete, you can undo that. So like, at least it's there. It does something. But...
Yeah. It's a benefit. It's not worse than not having the button there at all.
Yeah, it's just not super useful. I did see that the original version had like a live system, so you could only die like 5 times on a level, and then you had to restart the entire like day or something, like reload a save.
That sounds really good and fun.
Thankfully, they removed that in the new one because I would not have finished the game if they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Like.
I mean, well, I say that I probably would. I just would have had to turn it down to normal instead of hard. So.
Sure, but that's what difficulty settings are for.
I think that's about it. I think we're almost out of time. I think we've done everything.
I think there was one question we didn't talk about because I read it and went, actually, let's talk about Invisimals first or whatever. Yeah, Invisimals. Calla thinks said, quote, favorite video game of all time and why?
Quoted. Oh, okay, they did say of lal time.
Of lal time.
Do you have an answer prepared? Because if you do, you should go.
I do not have an answer prepared.
Are you even going to answer? Because if not, then I'll just go.
I think all time is really difficult. I can name
all time is really difficult.
Really enjoyed, but like all time is hard.
All time is really hard.
Like it's really hard. All time for anything is really hard.
Like I struggle to even get a top 10 list, let alone organise it. Like
exactly.
If I go through games that are almost certainly in my top 5, then I'll just have to pick one. Like, the problem is, I'm gonna say Persona 5, but I haven't finished Persona 5R. I haven't finished Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, and it's better. I know it's better, but I haven't finished it yet.
Problem solved.
I haven't finished it yet. But that's probably my answer. Persona 5 Royal is probably my favourite thing. Lone Gamer, they released Persona 5, and then that was what, like 3 years ago, I think.
The second question is calling.
They released it a few years back, and then they re-released it this year with a bunch of extra content. And I've bought it twice. Technically, I've bought it twice, but I played, when it originally came out, I played it on PS4 for free because my brother bought it. And then I bought it on my PS4 like for £8 or something. It was like 75% off. And then I bought the new one. I got the collector's edition, so it was like 90 quid, but whatever.
Slightly more.
It's fine. Everything's fine. They deserve my money because like
10 times £8 plus another. Yeah,
we were gonna do music. We never got round to it. I think I have like at least 12 Persona albums on my phone. Yeah. I don't mind giving them £90 because the amount of music I've listened to alone would be worth like £90 of like listen time. Like if I ever need to do studying, Persona music goes on.
I mean, it's literally study music, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the game.
Some of it is, yeah, but like it's just such good music. And like the all 3 of the games are great. And previously, I hadn't paid for 3 or 4 because of other reasons. 3 was like I actually had to emulate it, and then 4, my brother paid for it again, so it's like cool, free game. But obviously, then I bought 4 on Steam anyway, so whatever.
on that note, here's a question for you. Music with lyrics, good or bad to study to?
Good. I'm gonna argue vehemently for good, but under one specific, one specific kind of restriction, I guess, or requirement.
Okay, yeah, no, sure.
So the first thing I'm going to say is I did all of my exams this year with music on.
Okay.
And
that's pretty fair.
I deliberately avoided songs with lyrics because I found that they would distract me from the exam. But I don't think that exams and studying are the same thing. So that I guess that's the first requirement or whatever, but not really. But the other requirement I was going to say is foreign language.
Yes.
It has to be a foreign language song, and then lyrics are good, because I don't understand what they're saying, so I'm not focusing on what they're saying. I'm just enjoying the lyrics as an instrument. And oh my god, like I know we're back on anime, but like anime songs are just great to like study to, like because you can just put on like any of them and just let YouTube autoplay you through stuff. And as long as it's on like a low volume, you're kind of just fine. And you just discover so much stuff. Like I found a guy the other day who does like Japanese rock alternative collections.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen these playlists come up on YouTube before. Like I thought they were all right, but
and oh my god, like I did not know I liked the genre until I heard those like playlists. They're so good.
I mean, it makes sense. Like the Persona music and alternative Japanese rock are gonna be somewhat similar.
These videos by this guy, Hasoyu.
Yes, I've seen that exact video.
They're so good. I love them all.
Anywhere.
Was it like
the autoplay? Stop the autoplay.
Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine.
Banner.
Also, it was coming out of my monitor, so that was fun. But stuff like this, like, oh man, I did not know they were good until YouTube autoplayed me onto them. So I just like putting like anything basically on YouTube and just autoplaying through stuff.
Yeah, YouTube it's so bizarre the stuff you end up with to play with YouTube, and it's so great.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about the thing. It played through my monitors and then got picked up on my mic. But that's Hasoyu.
Yeah, because it was on stream.
Yeah, you could hear it because it was coming through my mic. Yeah. I'll put that in chat so that people who want to find it can find it. Look him up. Is it him? Look them up. I don't know. I'm not going to assume anything. But they've been doing like recommendations and things on what is it, like the YouTube thing where you can put messages out to people, community or whatever it's called. Like they'll just be like, hey, here's the thing I found, and like the amount of stuff that like I've just listened to and just be like, hey, that's cool, you know, and you just kind of switch tab for a second, make a note of it, and then you can just look up some of their other stuff. It's like, it's really good.
Yeah,
movies as well, I found are a good source, like when he has like end credits things or whatever. Can sometimes you just like hear a song in the end credits or something and you're like, wow, that's good. Or like movie soundtracks generally are really good for studying, because a lot of the times they won't have any lyrics, they'll just have like nice kind of background music. Yeah. What about you? Because you asked the question, and then we'll end.
First of all, I'm gonna actually I'll answer this, and then I'm gonna retort to some stuff on the chat because it's time for some opinions. Lyrics when exams, I think I'm in a similar place to you. The only exception is when I really want to get through a topic and I'm just like, I'm so done with this stupid piece of, I think it was like Fourier sampling in quantum or something. I was just like, I don't want to deal with this. I just need to exist and like get through it. And then I put on like big pumping music with English lyrics, and I'm fine with it. And it just sort of goes into my head as this like just energy. I don't really perceive the lyrics anymore because I'm too busy going, why does this maths not work? And I think that's okay. Yeah, that was my very, very roundabout way of saying lyrics are all right sometimes. Like Noah, who's a band that do like funk. This is a bit weird, but they have a lot of stuff with English lyrics because they're American, and like it's very, very energetic, which is great for that late night panic. But also, obviously, when you've got lyrics, it's less ideal for some kinds of revision. But I was just at the point where I need to just get this done. I need any kind of energy. I think that's the one time where English lyrics are okay.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like if you know the songs really well and you're in the zone, lyrics can really help sometimes.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Like I've talked before about my favourite genre of music being Scottish people singing.
Yes, you have.
And
I want chat. Like you need to tell this to people because it's a wonderful story.
Okay, so I don't even know how I told it before because you said it was a wonderful story, but now I feel like pressured because we have a minute or two. I just want to check that we're not stepping on Happy Little Accident's toes.
We're not. Happy Little Accidents is half past. Like,
okay.
What we're doing is we're shrinking the intermission.
Awesome. No worries then. So
yeah.
I realized a few years ago that like lots of the like bands and artists and things that I like are just Scottish people who sing. So apparently my favorite genre is Scottish people singing.
Like, I just love that as a concept.
And like I was listening to one of them, and then I think YouTube auto-played me into something else, and I was like, hey, it's a Scottish person singing, and I really liked it. And then I went and found like all of their other songs, and I was like, oh, it's amazing. And then I found, because, and this is a bit sad, but like the lead singer of one of the bands had died recently, and then so one of my other Scottish bands had done a cover of one of their other songs. Because like a bunch of Scottish bands got together to do a cover album of the Scottish album, and it's just like, this is amazing.
It's such a good story. Like, I really enjoy that as a concept.
But yeah,
what kind of music do you listen to, Michael? What kind of music do you listen to, Jazz? What kind of music do you listen to? Scottish people singing?
I mean, most of it's like kind of rock, but not all of it.
Yeah.
I've got to try and find it without playing anything because
you can always find
Twitch
bots. Will be ending soon. You can always find it just afterwards.
It should be fine because I can go on my Amazon Music and nothing's playing. But yeah, that's the story. So like, Biffy Clyro is like my peak, like favorite band of all time, and they're Scottish and they're great. But like. Some of their songs are really good to revise to with lyrics for me. So I need to try and remember the name because I should know it. It's like Similarities or something. Yeah, it's literally called Similarities. Like their album Similarities is like, I love it for revision.
What's the band called again?
Biffy Clyro.
Biffy Clyro.
You'll probably have heard some of their songs. But yeah, if I say like go to stuff, Biffy Clyro is great. Frightened Rabbit is great. There's one more, but I can't remember what they're called because they're like way lower down on my list. They just happen to be Scottish, so they fit into it. Twin Atlantic is alright. That's it.
They happen to be Scottish. Nice. That's also good because I spelled Clyro wrong.
But Biffy Clyro is great. And I'm really sad because they had a new album that was going to come out like last month or something, but then they delayed it by like 6 months because of Corona. Big F.
Big F indeed. Especially as this is the kind of time into music.
Yeah. But like it's understandable because they can't work on it together because they all live in different places.
Yeah. This is like, okay, this is a bit sad.
I don't know if I can even link an Amazon thing, but I can. What I can do is this. I can't copy it. I'm gonna type it in chat because this is the album. God, it's so long. I'm gonna try and find it. I'm just gonna type in the name. Of the like collaborative cover album that's entirely filled by Scottish artists covering Scottish artists.
I want to I want to see this. Like, so tomorrow, obviously, I'm live for a large section of time, but on Monday I will not be doing anything useful, and I think the not useful thing I will be doing is listening to a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. But I don't like the Scottish Covers album that much. I really like Biffy Clyro's song on it, but the rest of them I don't like anywhere near as much. But that's just because they're really different styles. Like, it's a very experimental album because, like I say, the lead singer committed suicide, and then they made this as like a support fund thing. So there's like, originally they were all like, I think the original Scottish album, like Frightened Rabbit, I feel is quite similar to almost like I've completely forgotten who they are now. No, I've had a mental blank.
Cool.
It's so close. Oh no, I've forgotten it. I hate everything.
Fine, I'll whistle the TSB theme for you in a minute.
No. I'm typing in best bands ever because it's like they're one of those bands that everyone likes or like get a lot of praise. Oh jeez, I cannot believe that I've forgotten the name of this thing. Oh no! Once I remember, we can't end this until I finish this now.
That's fine. Whilst you're doing that, I'll quickly throw some.
I've remembered one of the names of this song. Radiohead. That's it. I think Frightened Rabbit, I think, is quite similar sounding to like Radiohead style, almost. So like, that's the original thing, and then there's a bunch of different people covering those songs, so they're suddenly not like similarly styled. You'll have like a rock one, and then a really pop one, and then like a really like laid back, chill like jazz cover, and it's just like it doesn't really fit as an album so much.
But they're fun songs.
But no, they're really like Frightened Rabbit make really sad songs. Like,
okay.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the lead singer committed suicide, but he was definitely like the songs are dark and they're clearly like a cry for help thing. But it doesn't mean that they're really good songs. Like, the lyrics are top notch because clearly they were coming from like a place that was a little bit more real than it maybe should have been.
Yeah.
But you know, I guess that's like a lot of things. You know, you can appreciate things more after the original artist is dead.
Yeah.
You know, but when someone coughs up.
What? Oh, 500 miles on kazoo when someone coughs up.
Together, we can make it happen.
If you pay £500, I'll buy 499 more kazoos and do a note on each one. There we go. Because I don't think that's going to happen, and if it does, then
don't tempt me.
Have to be after the stream though, because I don't think Amazon delivers that fast.
You've got to buy 500 miles of kazoos, and then just play on that.
That's not going to make a sound.
I'm so sorry if you can hear the dog barking.
I was going to sass some people. Right, let's sass some people. Where's it gone? Kala thinks songs on YouTube with anime girls in the thumbnail change my mind.
No,
I'm not going to change it.
Yeah, I think it is arguably a genre.
But
it's not one I necessarily enjoy.
Yes, it's called Nightcore. No, you're wrong. Bad.
I don't know. A lot of them are Nightcore songs.
But a lot of them are also like the...
A lot of them are just OPs as well.
I know what the name is. It's future bass. That's the name of the genre. It's future bass.
I don't think it's... So I think the thing we're hitting here is it's not a genre, but it's a collection of maybe like 3 or 4 different genres.
Yeah. That
are similar enough that if you like one, you probably like the rest.
Yeah, although Nightcore's a bit of a weird...
But I don't like Nightcore, but...
No, I don't like Nightcore.
I do listen to a lot of stuff that is like anime girls in the thumbnail, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it's Nightcore, then I'm just like, skip.
Nightcore And it sounds mean to say this, but Nightcore, like a lot of the
God. Dog is being annoying.
Nightcore
Right.
that exists on the internet is
I'm fixing the dog problem.
okay.
There we go. It's because my dog is in the garden and my windows are open.
Yeah, I went for I went for a Nightcore phase 1. Probably a good summary of Nightcore. Like a lot of Nightcore seems to be quite. I don't want to say low effort, but I also really do because it is. Yeah, like it seems to be somebody has taken a tune and gone. Zoom.
Yeah, I mean the worst of the worst are just where they've taken a different song and just like pitch shifted the whole thing up and made it faster.
Yeah, exactly.
And like,
and I'm sure there's some good Nightcore.
Give me the original because I'll like it more.
Yes.
Oh, I tell you what I saw the other day was a anime chocolate advert, and oh boy, it was good.
Oh.
Like the comments were basically all just like, "Why is the best anime of 2019 a chocolate advert?"
Although it reminds me that of that anime McDonald's advert, which I think was on a year ago, maybe it might have been 2 years at this point.
Like a lot of them are really good.
Yeah, like they're legitimately just good adverts.
It's impressive, you know, especially when you remember, like, damn, they must have spent what 10 million or something stupid to make this advert so that we can buy burgers because we saw an anime person buy burgers or something.
We saw an anime person buy burgers. That what a line.
300%.
300. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna try and get a link to that thing. I'm gonna have to mute it.
The Scottish album?
No.
The candy ad.
The chocolate advert.
Ah, yeah.
2018.
Sure candy. I suddenly went all American.
I'm not gonna put it in Twitch chat. I'll just send it to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
People can find it. I'm sure they can find it.
Yeah. What's that sound? Oh, it's probably just the cat on the roof.
Yeah, you can watch that at some point. I think it works well because it's not got any language in it at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and I watched another thing about this because, like, the Red Turtle, looping back to where we started, I guess, is a Ghibli film with no talking. It has no talking at all in it.
Sure.
And like,
there we go.
A lot of people, I think, like I've seen a lot of video essays on it where it's just like, this could be one of the best movies of like the 2010s. And like it'll be remembered in like 50, 60 years just because how many movies do you get that come out where they're like no one speaks for the whole film?
No, like I can't remember. Well, okay, sure. I guess there was the silent back in the day, but that's
yeah,
different.
but like modern stuff, you know, and it's really powerful in certain scenes where, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but there are scenes where people, you know, a normal movie, if they just spoke, it would be like nothing impressive. But because there's no speech, like, and everything is still conveyed, it's like, wow, how did you even like do this with no words?
Yeah.
So I don't know, stuff like that, pretty cool. Right, I feel like we should probably at least let there be some kind of break.
Yep, I think that's a good shout.
So if Anakin is watching, do you want to come into live and then we can end the stream?
Yeah, that's a good shout. Come, Anakin, please. And then I should probably sleep because tomorrow's a busy day. Anakin,
Bing
hi.
bong.
Hello.
I shall end the stream and you can resume doing ads or whatever.
I'll do my little bit.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our weird talk show
you
thing.
That really well. Like
it was fun.
Like it was really good. Yeah, it was.
I think it's especially quite relatable to everyone, seeing as everyone's watching movies, everyone's playing games, everyone's listening to music. So yeah, I enjoyed listening.
Awesome, loved it. Great, thanks, Lungamer. At least someone liked it. Okay, now 2 people liked it. Right, that's great. I'm gonna stop the stream. I'll stick around in live just for the changeover, but then I'll head off.
Yeah, that sounds cool.